Alright, good morning guys, Dakota back with another live stream. Today is May 7, 2021, and today getting into market analysis as usual. If this is your first time hopping on calls, every single weekday, at least right now, I go ahead, hop on the charts, or hop on a live stream, hop on the charts and pay attention to the charts I'm paying, and focus on the charts I'm paying attention to, give my outlook on them, and be able to just analyze with you guys live. And if you have any pairs that you want me to go over or any questions that you have, I can go ahead and share my thoughts and my experiences, that type of thing. Okay, by no means do I intend these for signals, not even my Discord. Even though I send out my charts, it's not intended for signals, just intended for those that want to look for like some sort of education or want to follow somebody, and really for my progression. But let's go ahead and get into this. After you do one of the most important things, hit that like button, also hit subscribe and notification bell to keep up with future content. Alright, let's get to it. Let me make sure I have the chat pulled up. Good morning, Sammy. Alright. So first focusing on dollar Swiss. Alright, one of my favorites. Was able to, not on the main account. This is on my perfect. Alright, let's get back into it. So I was talking about NFP. Yeah, it's NFP. And got this breakup out of this descending channel, looking for an opportunity to enter off the 15-minute potentially. We'll see what develops over time. The area that I like for it to visit is about right here, and I'll look for a buying opportunity. Now ideally I'd like to see this break. This is zooming out pretty weird. Yeah, let's just go to the 1 hour. I'd like to see this break this trend line that we have here that's been respected and push beyond that. If you guys know my analysis off dollar Swiss, I talked about it on Monday's call. You can go through and check that out. But looking for this to, and you guys will see it in a second, to break through and form a weekly corrective pattern by pushing up here, right? So that's the ideal scenario. So this is a great area to buy at for that opportunity. All right, let's go ahead and get into my strategy. And if you have any pairs that you want me to go over before the call-ins or any questions at all, go ahead and comment in the live chat. Be sure to talk about it before the call-ins. Okay, so starting on the monthly, I do top-down analysis, and then I box price in with horizontal lines and trend lines. Now, once I have price boxed in and I get an overall picture of what the market's telling me, I go ahead and look for basic market structure, an impulse telling me the direction the market wants to go. So impulse is made up of strong, aggressive candles moving in one direction. After that, I look for a corrective pattern, which is just small consolidating candles moving the opposite direction of the impulse. And the impulse tells me the direction, the correction confirms that the market wants to go in that direction, and then I capitalize off the opportunity as price continues up, right, as price plays out. Same thing upside down, impulse down telling me the market wants to go down, correction confirming, and then I look for an opportunity to sell. Right, that's pretty much all I do, and I'll break it down for you guys right now, the full process. Okay, so again, starting the monthly, I identify levels in the market where price is likely to make a decision. Just basic support and resistance levels, if you want to think of it like that. I call these supply and demand zones. And what these lines are telling me, basically, when price comes down here, expect it to go up. So look for buying opportunities. When price is in this area, expect it to go down as long as it's under So look for selling opportunities. All right. And from what previously happened, we had a downtrend here. Price broke up impulsively from that downtrend. I'm waiting for a corrective pattern to form and price to continue up and push past this level eventually. All right, but I need that corrective pattern to finish forming. It hasn't formed yet. We just have an impulse up and an impulse down at the moment, and just have to wait for more structure to be developed. So now going down to the daily time frame, I see that there's a level of support here that I want to pay attention to. Price is approaching that area right now, and you can see here that there's an impulsive move coming down, and then price started to consolidate or move correctively down, and this is a reversal signal for me. So that's telling me, okay, as price gets closer to here, start looking for a buying opportunity, because price is likely to push up at least for some period of time. So that's where I'll get the buying opportunity from, or the initial idea of that buying opportunity off the daily, and then we're actually going to capitalize on it off the 15-minute time frame. So let's continue down, boxing price in even more to see if there's any more minute opportunities in the market. And we can just draw a trend line here. It's not really necessary in this situation, at least for me. Like on my personal chart, I wouldn't really draw it, but you can draw it and you can say, okay, we have a downtrend, and you can wait for the confirmation for the trend line to be broken. But there's an opportunity here right now to buy, so I mean, you can get in earlier. Other than that, there's not much to do on the 4-hour time frame, so I'm gonna go down to the 1 hour. Now here on the 1 hour time frame, it's an even smaller descending channel. We had an impulsive move, and then we had corrective movement moving to the downside, creating a descending channel, another reversal pattern. And that reversal pattern for the safe entry, I won't talk about the high risk or medium risk entry in this situation, but for this safe entry, waiting for a break of that channel, corrective pattern, and then, oops, I thought I was still on the bar patterns. Break of the pattern, then a corrective pattern to form afterwards, and then the opportunity to buy. And this is going to be a long-term swing trade for me, even though I'm taking it on a lower time frame, because on the higher time frame I can see the potential of this actually being broken here, of this trend line being broken and then pushing up bare minimum to the top of this descending channel, which is actually up higher than where my trend line is right now, about right there. So if I can get in with about a 20 pip stop loss, was what I checked earlier, should be a really good risk to reward ratio. Let's see, about almost 200. Yeah, that's really good. 10 to 1. We'll see what we can do off of that. Now, before I'll answer a question about NFP. So NFP is like, I don't care too much about news, to be honest. Like, news is just an opportunity for more volatility in the market. For me, my perspective of it, at least right now, I don't put too much weight on it. If you watched my call on Monday, you know that I'm studying it with someone else, and we're learning it together. Basically seeing the opportunities that are there, and if there's something that we can take advantage of in those situations. But as far as news goes right now, it's not too much of a stressor for me. I've never really had to worry about NFPs. The only thing I've had to worry about is major Brexit news type stuff, because at the end of the day, market does what its original intentions were in the first place. Alright, this is already sent out. If you want the link to this, it's in. If you want to review this screenshot, the link is posted in my Discord server. The link to my Discord server is in the description. All you gotta do is click it and join the server, and you're all good to go. So let's go to turn that down a little bit. Let's go back here. Alright, let's go to the next pair. Let's go to EURJPY. EURJPY, I've been putting in some work on this pair. Got the nice entry a few days ago. and this morning was able to move my stop loss to break even. Basically, price met some criteria and I was able to move my stop loss to break even. Price scales up even higher, I'll move it into profit below this low here. And I've actually had 2 scaling opportunities that I've taken so far. Now I'm not going to go into detail on that, but I think last weekend's weekly recap talked about the opportunity that I was seeing with these type of setups. Like, this is another example of one of those setups that I was talking about there, where there is an opportunity to add to the position, and was able to backtest it this week and finally able to execute it live. So making progress on that. We'll see how that plays out. It's already sent to the Discord server, so you guys can go ahead and review that as well. But let's go ahead and do a full markup on this and see if the analysis still holds true. Let's go to EURJPY. Starting on the monthly, boxing it in. Boom, we got an uptrend on lower time frame. I'm gonna skip the, no I'm not. Let me go back to the weekly. Don't skip. So on the daily, we have this uptrend that I was trying to skip to, and we can draw it like that. Lower time frame. Let's go down to the 4-hour now. 4-hour time frame. Right now, we had this correction, right? Now, what could potentially happen here is price isn't done correcting because it hasn't broken this high here. So we have a leg here, we have a leg here, and price could come down one more time like this. And then I would look for another buying opportunity for price to continue to push up, which is completely possible, and price could form like something like that, right? I just have to wait and see. Other than that, like, other than that, if price just continues pushing from this point, we could have a 1-hour uptrend, and you can have potential opportunities to get in. There's a pullback there, waiting on next impulse, look for the next pullback, and then just look for it to keep going up. It's not too complicated, but you never know until it happens, right? Let's go to, cool. Alright, that was, wow, I kind of ripped through that markup. But yeah, I'm looking for price to continue up, and I'm looking for price to continue up right now. If price does break to the downside, just form a larger bullish pattern, which I'll be willing to enter at a lower price, which I already put a note in for that in the last few screenshots of EURJPY, so we're all good and up to date on that in the Discord server. Last but not least on my pair list, pound dollar. Nothing really happening here for me. I was looking for price to get down to this level. It did get down to that level, but it wicked it out yesterday, and like, I'm not going to enter on that. I need price to settle in my entry area and give me a specific signal in order to enter. That didn't happen, so I didn't take the entry. I am looking for price to scale up higher. If price does come down, I do have an area down here where I am willing to enter. But right now it's looking pretty slim, right? The next opportunity that I'm extremely confident in taking, price breaks above these highs, gives me a correction, retest them, and then allows me an opportunity to enter for a continuation up. Alright, let's do the full markup on that. And can I have, and of course, yeah, definitely look at UJ. So GU, boxing price in, we have a lower time frame uptrend right here. You can just see it's just scaling up. There's nothing to really draw on the weekly. We can draw a zone here because there's a range there, and price has re-entered that range, and I'd like to see price push up to the top of here, or the top of the range, test this upper level one more time. Let's go down to the daily. On the daily, we can draw this uptrend a little bit clearer. Boom. See price is respecting it right now. If at any time price breaks it, we start looking for selling opportunities. And right now, if you remember from when I talked about my strategy, we have an impulse here, we have a corrective pattern here, and looking for price to continue up. Okay. Now, like with any strategy, things don't happen every single time perfectly, right? So at any time, these patterns can fail, or these setups can fail, but it's just all about just doing it consistently, and more times than not, usually plays out. At least through my experience, my back testing, personally, more often they play out. And I'll share the information because it's not too much, giving too much information away. But over the past 2 weeks, I've noticed situations where the pattern failures tend to happen, and it's interesting. It's really interesting. Definitely going to continue testing and continue studying it, and then add it to my plan eventually. Alright. But that's what I'm looking for, and the ideal area for me to enter is down here at this level. I need price to really reach that area in order to enter for this buy. If that doesn't happen, like I said earlier, I'll take the 1 hour trend line setup. Okay. But those are all of my personal pairs. I see that we have one pair requested on UJ, so I'll go ahead and look at that. And we also got to dig into not dollar Swiss, but Kiwi dollar? No. What is it? Aussie Swiss, AUDCHF. We got to dig into that because we're tracking that trade. And I think I actually, I took it on I think it was Wednesday. But this is already sent out to you guys, so you guys are good on this. Alright, let's go to UJ. Nice, the sell is playing out. Oh, no. We didn't. We looked at it after. I was saying still looking for it to come down. All right, cool. Let me do the full markup on this and not just one more shot. We have a demand zone here. Right now we have, it's not really a supply zone just yet. If we look to the left, could potentially call it that. We'll call it that a supply zone for now. I'd like to see a better rejection here, at least recently. We only have this one major rejection over here and possibly another rejection right there, where price made a major swing from this area. So I don't really like the level too much, but for the short term it's fine though. So we have a major impulse. We're waiting on the major correction. It needs to develop over time, so it'll probably be a while before that completely develops. So expecting some consolidation over the next few months for this pair. Let's go to the daily. Off the daily, we have an impulse to move down. Price has come up. It hasn't really come up too correctively or given corrective signals just yet, so I wouldn't be too animate to sell just yet. Yeah, I wouldn't be too animate to sell unless we get selling signals on the lower time frame. Going down to the 4 hour. We'll go ahead, box price in there, just to give us a smaller range to react within. So here in the 4 hour, we have this major impulse here. No real corrective pattern within this impulse. We do get a real one here, or at least a potential one here. And what we can call this right now is at least a short-term downtrend. We had an impulse, we had this correction, and we have price playing out to the downside. On lower time frame, it looks like there's a selling opportunity today that we should be able to take. Okay, we have this impulse down, we have this corrective pattern here. I'll just box it in like that, and looking for price to just push down. Now, how far? How far to push down, Dakota? Well, I'm glad you asked. We better find out, or at least give an estimate. All right, I'll take it to the 61.8 here. And I'll be more precise with the zone that I would say to look to enter at in a second. All right, for entry, okay, that level's decent right here. So 15. That entry is, yeah, that's beautiful right there. That level exactly would definitely look to enter there, which price is there right now. Now, obviously, there's potential for a price to wick above it, so be careful in this situation. But for this setup, I would continually enter at this level and then look for price to scale down. That gives a potential of, let's actually set this up completely. So expecting about a 10 pip stop loss, possibly a bit more, because we do have some aggressive stuff happening today. 15 is perfect. 15, 16 is perfect. And then R is about a 4-1, so a really good opportunity. Now if we do go with 10, it's a little tight and you have the potential to get wicked out, and then you'll be pissed off at yourself if the trade does play out. But I would stick to 15. It looks like, to me, plenty of room at least. And if it does wick me out, I'll be willing to re-enter. And I will send this out today. What is that? It's almost a 5-1. And I'm sending this to my Discord server. If you want to join that and look at all the pairs or all the screenshots, the link to join is in the description. Again, ultimately I am looking for a buy here. That's the primary setup, but there is a short-term sell here, and like that's for today. Hopefully on Monday that buy setup may set up. All right, let's go to Aussie Swiss. It's been beautiful. It's really done nothing. It's pretty much, it stayed in the same area, so looking for price to continue pushing up. Do we have any action on this at all? I don't think we do, at least right now. So probably be holding this for a long time, as expected. So something that I'm not going to be paying attention to personally for a while, but still a really good opportunity if you have a 40-1 over the course of like a month, 2 months. That's good. I mean, like, what's your average R per month? Like, if you know your average R per month, go ahead, comment it in the live chat or comment in the comment section. For this year, I'm at what am I right now? For this year, on average, I'm at about 3 per month, which is pretty poor, but working on fixing the problem. But like 40 R over the course of, what did I say, 2? Definitely not gonna take 2 months, probably 3 months. It's good. Would be really good, a really good boost, at least for my current trading this year. Alright, so we went over Aussie, Swiss. We talked about NAS 100 yesterday. That setup played out. It wasn't exactly the zone, but setup played out. What's next? I think that's everything. Alright, and it looks like there's no more pair requests. Again, the 25, I won't really go into detail with them, but do recommend checking them, seeing which ones played out, seeing which ones didn't play out. Thinking about actually keeping track of, let's say, keeping track of how many pips like I used to do on these like pairs. Potentially. That was when I was like, yeah, okay, we'll see. But I really appreciate everyone that hopped on the call. I hope you enjoyed the call. Please go ahead, hit that like button if you like the call, and go ahead, comment if you have any suggestions to improve these streams, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell. Do that too.